This is where the fun begins.
Hello there. How's it going?
Hey everyone, Hybrid Toy Reviews here, and today we are taking a look at the brand new Star Wars The Acolyte, Osha Aniseya. She's a really, really cool character from this show that I really like. If you're going to come into my comment section spewing this ridiculous hatred for the show, move along, keep that for Star Wars Theory. We don't march to the beat of that drum here. The Acolyte's been a fun show, and if you don't like it, that's totally fine. It's the whole nonstop, incessantly bitching and harassing at people that we are not going to stand for. So, otherwise, though, this is a really, really cool looking figure. She's the main character, basically, of the show, and I'm super happy that they finally added her to the first wave. She looks very interesting. Let's go ahead and get into the review and see if this is a pickup. Alright, something that you probably noticed right off the bat is that this is actually the brand new box style. We've been waiting on this. So, this is basically going back to basics. It's very similar to what we had way back in 2013 when the line started. It's very rectangular, but it features some of the deco punch-outs for the Galaxy packaging. Galaxy Packaging V2, what are we calling this? So it has a Black Series logo above a big window showing Osha and her accessories off nicely. The Acolytes in red, another Black Series line that they're color coding to red. Whatever. Warning, 4+ Hasbro. She's number 1. It actually shows the number on the front of the box. That's kind of neat. Her name going up there. Looking around here, you have a wraparound window, wraparound red stripe, Black Series logo down below. This side features the artwork. They are continuing on with the murals. Spinning around back, you have your Black Series logo, a zoom in on the art again, a bio, not about her, but about the show, very standard for the Black Series waves about new Disney Plus media. She's number 1 in the Acolyte lineup. Bunch of legal stuff, Disney, Hasbro, a little thumb tab thing. Interesting. Underneath, there is a barcode, more legal stuff, no window up top, no light getting in the box for you inbox collector losers. Obviously, we open our toys and play with them. So let's open her up and take a look at what we're getting here. Alright, here's Osha out of the packaging, and as always, we're going to start by taking a look at the accessories. So, of course, it's a Disney Plus show, so they got to shoehorn in a droid companion. So, this is Pip. He is a little mechanics tool turned sentient. He's basically an OBD2 reader. If you're a car guy, you understood that joke. But he just helps her work on stuff because she's a mechanic, because we can't just say mechanic in Star Wars. We have to say it all goofy, But, and again, not griping. It's just being funny. But it's cast in blue plastic with some orange punch-ins, and then a little bit of black and not silver, but gray. Looks pretty cool. There's a little bit of a ball joint action going on with the head here, so there's a bit of pivot and twist, and it just looks really, really good. Pip actually has a spot where he can be stored on her belt. So she has a pouch here that kind of functions and closes, except it's a little bit gimmicky. It likes to spring back open, but Pip lives in this pouch. Now, in the show, the pouch can close with him in it, but it can't. It's just, he's too long and the pouch is too shallow, so he can just kind of ride along like that. It's actually a really nice look. This accessory is actually a reconfiguration of Pip, because not only is he the show buddy, but he's also an Autobot, I hope. He can transform into varying tools to help her out. I believe this is like his welding, setup. So you would put him in her hand like that, and there we go, in her hand, and then, she would be like, welding along stuff with him, because he helps her do mechanicking stuff. It is cool that we got a variation of Pip. I think Pip is just going to stay in that form in her pouch, though. She also comes with the Jedi issue stun blaster, which is actually kind of cool. I mean, I guess you would never think, how would Jedi take a prisoner if the prisoner needed to be incapacitated? It's probably against the Jedi code to beat them into unconsciousness. So apparently Jedi do have a version of a blaster, even though Obi-Wan would say it's so uncivilized. But it's actually a neat blaster in the show. It solely does stun blasts, and that's all right. It's in a dark gray plastic with a light gray paint on the grip. Actually paint, how about that? And it's just sculpted very, very nice. A little bit of red on the side there too. That's cool. That might be on accident. It looks like there's just a little flake of red on it. Let's try and get a thumbnail. Yeah, no red paint. but she features a working holster for it. You kind of have to fish it through the bottom there and then bring the top loop up and around the grip, like so. And now the blaster is nice and secure. And then as her final accessory, getting her to stand up, she's a little wobbly on the feet, spoiler alert. She comes with a backpack. There is no function to it. It doesn't like flip open or anything. It is just a backpack with some straps, very skinny straps, tan plastic, not a lot of paint to it. A little bit of darker brown there, some silver puncheon. She has her a gold hydro flask on the side. Got to stay hydrated. And there's 2 brown painted straps going on there. It's actually painted rather nicely. And she wears it well. You just put her arms back as you would with any figure. You put a backpack on and you loop it on like so. It rests nicely on her and it looks good. For the purposes of the review, though, I am going to remove it. So you can also remove her holster if you care to, because she doesn't have it in the beginning of the show. She kind of like acquires it along the way. So just to keep things simple, we'll set it aside. Looking at Osha's outfit, I mean, obviously she's just a worker. You know, she's not wearing Jedi robes or anything. She is wearing a olive green, you know, just a work suit, jumpsuit. Really nice rolled up sleeve action there. She's got some cool fingerless gloves. Are you really a Star Wars character if you don't have fingerless gloves? Lots of sculpted details of pouches, you know, on the legs, or I guess those would be pockets, not pouches, but they're like really big pockets. She has some really, really nice OSHA approved, OSHA sanctioned steel toe boots. I could keep doing these occupational safety and health administration jokes all day long, but yeah, I like how she's doing dangerous work, and her name is Osha. So it's just funny as a guy who works on things. Looking at the likeness, you know, Amanda Lestenberg is like a really, really pretty girl, and I think that it would be hard to capture her likeness in any action figure form. But Hasbro has done a really, really good job here. The likeness is close, like really, really close. It's not bad. There's no glossiness going on. You don't need to hit this with the Mr. Hobby Super Clear or anything. The hair is sculpted amazingly. All the little dreads, you know, just coming down, you know, sculpted individually. There's the kind of like black base with kind of like the purpley, you know, hue throughout. It just looks really, really good. It's a great sculpt. Like her little vest going on with a really, really silver, like very shiny silver, like badge going on. Same with the belt buckle. And yeah, just going around. I mean, this is what Osha looks like in the show. Not the most like exciting outfit, I dare say, but I do really like how this has turned out. To run through the articulation, this is a totally new sculpt. She features the double ball neck. Allows her to look that far up, that far down. You do some side to side and some pivot. She can come up to a T-pose. However, the hinges on mine are a little stiff. I'm thinking in time they'll loosen up, though. And there's a pretty deep butterfly joint. Bring the arms down. You can, of course, 360. Single jointed elbows can go past 90 and swivel. 360 at the wrist with... Are these ball joint? These are ball joint. There's no hinge. There's a ball joint, so you can take them any direction. It's a little more limited than a hinge, but it gives you every direction instead of just one. There's a mid-torso ball joint. Unless you crunch that far forward, which ain't much. That far back. I said mid-torso, didn't I? It's actually kind of hidden in the belt. But yeah, it's basically straight up, no forward, or a lot back. You can do some side to side. A bit of pivot. The legs can kick basically straight out. There's no upper thigh swivel, but you can still kind of pivot on the ball joint there. Upper thigh swivel is redundant, though, because the single jointed knees, which go past 90 degrees, can then swivel, so that's where you get your leg rotation at. She also has a boot cut, which not many Black Series get, but it's nice when you get it. Her feet can point basically straight down, really far forward, and there's a forward-facing pin for rocker, allowing you to get her in some decently wide stances with both feet flat on the ground. Now, to do a size comparison, as these reviews go along, I'm going to add Acolyte figures to it, but since this is my first Acolyte review, I'm just going to bring in a standard 6-inch figure, being the Phase 1 501st. He stands right at 6 inches. That's accurate. She is not a tall character. She's basically a 5-inch tall figure, but that's okay. It is what it is. I think that she scales nicely and is just a good addition. So, at the end of the day, what do I think of this Osha action figure? I love it. I think that she is very well recreated. It's just a really, really great likeness, great replica of what is shown on screen. As I said, I'm loving the Acolyte. I am going to have a little Acolyte section of figures, and I just cannot believe that your Acolyte shelf would be complete without Osha. She is a really well done figure. I highly recommend going out and picking her up. It's just one of Hasbro's better issues of, recent times. Not that there's been many recent figures. Let's be fair. This is like our first main wave of the actual year, in July. But yeah, it's just a really well done figure and something that I'm really happy to have on the shelf. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching. It means a lot that you did. If you enjoyed, you should leave a like, comment, subscribe, all the end of video stuff. You know the drill. As always, I will catch you next time. Until then, may the Force be with each and every one of you, and goodbye.